What's going on, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream, you guys. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Baby, I be all over the place. Y'all have no idea. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. Shout out to everybody in the building. I hope you guys are doing well. You guys, I'm not feeling too well, but we're gonna try to rock out anyway. Because I had to come up here and honor the days that I did commit to doing lives. But I'm not feeling too well, y'all. So this one might not be too long. But thank y'all, so much for being here. I'm glad you are here. So we're gonna get to it. Don't mind my voice, you guys. My voice is probably a little scratchy. Child, your girl not feeling too good, not feeling too hot, but I'm happy to be here. I like talking to y'all. So thank y'all so much for being here. Shout out to everybody watching, everybody in the chat. Shout out to Puerto Rican Princess, Alex. What's going on, Alex? Successful MD in the building. I hope you're doing well. Shout out to you, Fort Dimension, Ryan Wedlow, Mia's Bells. Thank you so much for being here. BB Brooklyn or B Brooklyn. 6521. Shout out to everybody here, everybody watching. John Baylor Jr., OG, Hot Rod, Jay, all of you guys, Lorenzo, Redmond. How are you guys doing? I hope y'all are doing well. As you come into the building, as usual, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and thumbs up the stream. That definitely helps the channel out. So go ahead and hit the like button. Can y'all hear me fine? One in the chat if y'all can hear me okay. So make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Y'all can hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me okay? Is the sound good? Is the audio good? Okay, gotcha. There we go. All right, so we're going to jump right to, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys just to show this little article of Tyrese. So yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, Tyrese was arrested, you guys. I'm pretty sure he's out on bail or whatever. Now I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm assuming he is. But he was arrested at a court hearing for underpayment of child support. So it says that he was arrested. It says Tyrese Gibson is in custody in Atlanta after a contentious child support hearing where he was ordered to pay upwards of $73,000 to his former partner by a judge to avoid jail time, according to court records. The actor appeared in Fulton County Superior Court for the latest hearing in his ongoing battle with his ex-wife, Samantha Lee, with whom he shares a daughter. Gibson was ordered to pay $10,690 a month in child support in April of 2023, but Judge Kevin Farmer held him in contempt over his non-payment. Gibson was seen being handcuffed in court and then removed by a bailiff. So it says he was handed the opportunity to avoid jail time if he paid the $73,525.73 within 48 hours. According to the order for incarceration obtained by the Hollywood Reporter, this includes $7,500 in legal fees paid by Lee. According to TMZ, Gibson had been making a partial $2,200 payment in child support payments monthly, just under 25% of the amount the court ordered in 2022 during another contentious hearing. So it says that he is making arrangements to pay the $73,525.73 and leave jail in Atlanta. So according to this article, if I guess they're not going to release him until he makes that payment, that $73,000 in child support payments. So this stems from basically, I guess, from 2022 in 2023, and those are the amounts that that's the total amount that he's looking to pay. What do you guys think of that? Like, what do y'all think of this whole, that's, I know y'all remember when he was on social media talking about, crying, saying, what more do you want from me, that he, when he was paying, what it was, 13,000 or something like that a month for that one little child. And so now they're making him pay it all. So he would have to pay that $75,000 so that he won't go to jail. And I'm pretty sure the ex-wife is looking for that big payday. I'm pretty sure she's sitting back counting up them coins. You know what I'm saying? She's counting up them coins, and getting real, excited about that payday. I'm just saying. That's going to be a big payday for her. That $75,000 is not going to go all to that child. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not. That's not going to go all to the child. That's that, and I do see that it is some back payments also, because he didn't pay the full amount, so it all added up. So now he has to pay it or he's going to get locked up. So, a lot of people were talking about this in the comments. Some, seem happy that he has to pay all this money. And then others are saying this is highway robbery. Of course, a lot of women, there were some women who didn't agree with this, but there are a lot of women who agree with this. And because this is what a lot of these women seek out. He's been released. So he gonna have to pay that. He gonna have to pay that money. He gonna have to pay it. And it for those who you get into relationships and marriages with. This is just gonna have to be a learning experience, because a lot of these men were in these relationships with these women, or marriages with these women, and I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10, a lot of these women who they chose to marry weren't really in it for real, for them. They were in it to, get the coins out of him. A lot of these women were looking for a bag. And I mean, that's just what we see. They get in relationships with these guys. These, based off of what Tyrese was saying, he was in it for the right reasons. He loved his wife, I'm assuming. And, he was there. He was in it for the long haul. But a lot of these women don't be in these relationships for the right reasons. Let's just be honest. And they hate for you to call them out, because there's no way in the world that you would, even if you get married, even if the marriage didn't work out, and if you really, your intentions were pure, but y'all just could not work it out, and her intentions were right, there's no way she would be seeking all. They should have been able to work that out of the courts. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why they couldn't have. If it wasn't about just the money, they could have worked that out in the courts. You could have easily, look, hey, listen, and if he just didn't want to do the right things, then you take the child support. But child support shouldn't be that much for one child. And many would argue that, because they're celebrities, these children need all this. Look, the guy is the celebrity. The woman, usually the wives aren't the celebrities, and the child. Nobody. A lot of these women, most people wouldn't even know who they are if we hadn't seen them together, or if somebody hadn't pointed it out. A lot of times you could go live your life totally fine. You're not the catch. You're not the celebrity. He is. And if you don't ever see the woman and the children with the celebrity guy, you wouldn't even know what the wives look like or what the child look like. They could go off and get a house somewhere in a decent, I'm not saying they got to live crazy. I'm pretty sure that because a lot of times these men, they usually pay for the child's schooling. They usually pay for the medical. So usually the mothers don't have to worry about the medical expenses or the child's schooling, because usually the fathers pay for that. And then on top of the child support you get, that's supposed to be a supplementation for the child. It's not for you to live off. You got to think about this. It's, child support from the father. The mother still has a responsibility to provide child support as well. But when you have a lot of money, or you create a certain lifestyle for these women, you have to be cautious of how you do that, because if you create a lifestyle for her, something she's never experienced, like these women want these elaborate lifestyles and all this expensive stuff. If you provide a lifestyle like for her that she didn't have initially, then this is what'll happen. She's going to be expected to continue that lifestyle without you. So a lot of times these men are on the hook for that lifestyle, and it costs them, you know. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat, says, we see and know why women demand high value earners. It's no secret, no child requires that amount of money, especially at such young age. Right. And I'm pretty sure they have college money and stuff like that set aside. A lot of these children have, you know, stuff set aside for when they reach a certain age. But this is how you know that this is for the women. Thank you, Successful MD, for the super chat. This is for them to live off of. You know what I'm saying? It's clear. Like, same thing with Marlon Wayans. His baby mother says she's struggling to provide for their 1-year-old daughter with $18,000 a month. He pays in child support. She files a lawsuit for more money. So even with Marlon Wayans' baby mama, she wants more money. They run through that money so quickly, they need more, and they just look at him, as they always probably looked at them, as a bag, you know, as an opportunity for them to come up. Not that, oh, we're gonna be in this together and work through it. No, it's all about a bag, and they go and they get them baby, what they used to call purse babies. You go get that baby, and then you wait a little bit, wait it out or whatever, and however it turns out, then you go and file for that child support, thinking that you're going to get a big grip. And a lot of times they do. So I just think it's just crazy. We already know that this money is not for the child. That child don't need that much money. It's for them to live their lives and live this, you know, this fancy celebrity lifestyle, pay their bills so they can live in a house they want to live in and all these kind of things. And I understand that with you know, when you have children, you want to provide a safe environment for your kids and things like that, but it doesn't take all that to do that. And you know, they want to live in certain areas. They want to live that celebrity lifestyle that they're used to. But they forget you're not the celebrity. You're not the one who's, you know, was the athlete who made all the millions. You didn't make all the millions. You was not the star. So you can't maintain the same lifestyle that your celebrity husband did. You know what I'm saying? You have to downsize. You can still live pretty good, and it shouldn't be all on him to provide that. You need to be able to. I think what should happen is, just as much as the men are required to, the earners are required to provide a certain amount of money for the child based off of their income, I think the mother should be required to provide a certain amount of money for the child as well. Because why is it all on the one parent? Doesn't it take two parents to raise the child? And why is it all the money is only from the higher earner? Because it's not like in the Tyrese situation, his ex-wife, she earns money as well. So shouldn't she be responsible to bring a certain amount of money to the table also? Why is it just focused on the man to do all the providing, and then the women, you know, what are you actually paying? Like it should be something requiring the woman to have certain things that she, you know, pays out of her money based on what she gets as well. You know, and she has maybe sole custody or they split custody or whatever. You have the child more of the time. He's not supposed to pay 100% of everything for the child. It's supposed to be both parents, right? Why is it all on just the man to do the majority? I don't understand. So this is why I say, look, just men in general, and especially if you've built yourself up and you've, you know, acquired a decent amount of money or whatever, you have things going for yourself, please be careful with these hyenas out here, because baby, they waiting to they want these men with all this money, and child, don't have no babies. Don't go rush and get no babies with them. Because you will have yourself in a world of trouble, child, trying to get out of it. Tyrese gonna be crying, you know, that he got to pay all this money and stuff. And then you got to think about it too. Like they're not at the height of their careers. I mean, just to be honest, Tyrese, it's not at the height of his career. He on the other side of it. Now, I don't know how much money he makes, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to shell out $75,000 to an ex for child support. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I'm pretty sure he takes care of his child. This is crazy. But you know, they put themselves in these positions. You got to think about it, or didn't pay attention, or didn't look at the red flags, didn't realize that these women were finessing them into these relationships to just turn around and use them. You know, so it's unfortunate, child. But listen, you gotta wise up. You gotta get a little smarter. You gotta stop falling for the okadoke. That's all I'm saying. Classy Perspective, thank you so much for the super chat. Says this happens in different countries. Certain countries, men and women pay child support, and it's for a max of 5 years. Wow. So the men and the women pay the child support and for up to 5 years, and then that's it? No more? Thank you for the super chat, Classy Perspective. I think the women need to have some accountability too. It should be whatever the total amount that they're saying is needed for the child. I think they need to be able to split it. I think it needs to be, because listen, the mother and the father are not together anymore. And if they share custody, the child is with him part of the time and with her the other part of the time. It should be a split amount based on the income. Because I'm pretty sure maybe I don't know if we assume maybe she doesn't make more than he does. So we don't know how much he makes, but I mean, it's for one child. God damn. Like, how much does one child really need? That's crazy. That's insane to me. But we know it's not about the child, because we know all that money's not going to the child. You can't buy $75,000 worth of clothes. You know how much? You know how much is rent or mortgage? Like, come on, it's not $75,000 a month. Come on now, that's crazy. We know it's what they call purse babies, and that's it. Classy Perspective says it's like Gisele Bündchen and Tom Brady, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Both women make more than their men throughout their careers. Right. So they make more. Like, I don't think does Kim Kardashian get child support? I don't think she does. Do they get child support? I don't know. Let me know, y'all. Thank you for the super chat, Classy Perspective. Baby, this is a hot mess. It really is. But you know, once again, you got to be a little bit smarter. The men in these situations got to stop falling for the okie doke. Just because she pretty and she come up to you and all this, and she seemed like you and all that. Nah, these women have an agenda. They really do. A lot of them. I ain't gonna say all of them, but a lot of them do. And so they have to suffer the consequences. So he's out of jail, but he don't have to cough up that money. And I mean, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Let's move on, you guys. Make sure you are hitting the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. So let's move on to this Kendra G clip I want to play, y'all. It's a short one. But this one was a little weird. But this lady, let's just listen to what she's saying. So you can, and y'all definitely, I know y'all gonna chime in. Y'all probably already saw it on Kendra, but baby, let's get into it. Here we go.
Hey.
How are you?
We have to see your face, baby.
Oh, sure. Hold on, I'm coming. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
What's your name, love?
London.
London? How old are you, London?
I'm 24.
Okay, where you calling me from?
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Oh, we just had a guy from North Carolina. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Oh, you told me that, 24. What you do for a living, boo?
I work.
What do you do?
I work for a nail salon.
Okay, you work for a nail salon. You have any kids?
No, she tried to be shady. Child, she said, I work. Oh, she tried to be shady. Kendra, you ever ask a person a question? Oh, so what you eating? And they say food. Shade. Like, we know you, ma'am, we know you work where, what you do, honey. Shady already. Like, come on now. Successful MD says take away child support, alimony equals less children and marriages. Right. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. Child. Let's continue.
No.
No kids. Do you believe in zodiac signs?
Nah.
Okay. So we got London, North Carolina, 24. She works. No kids. Never married, correct? Okay. Ooh. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
Tall man, dreadheaded.
Tall man and dreadheaded. Okay. Anything else?
No. He gotta be tall.
You gotta be tall. Okay. What are your deal breakers?
I don't want a man to lie to me, so that's one of my deal breakers.
You don't want a man to lie to you?
Yes, I do not.
Okay, no liars. Okay, fair enough. Should he look a certain way? Well, you said tall and dreadhead, correct?
Yes.
So if he didn't have dreads, you wouldn't want them? You wouldn't want him?
No.
How tall does he have to be?
6 foot.
Have you ever dated a man that was tall with dreads?
No.
And you will only date that man that's tall with dreads?
Yes.
Hypothetical question. Let's say a man that's tall with dreads doesn't want to date you back. You're okay with never dating another man?
Yeah. I'm okay with it.
Oh, okay. So be tall, at least how much?
6 foot.
6 foot and have dreads. That's non-negotiable.
Yes.
And if you are not tall, and if no man comes forward that is over 6 foot and has dreads and wants to date her back, she is okay with never dating again.
Yes.
Why?
Because that's how I am.
So you will go your whole life never having a relationship with another man, all because he's not over 6 feet and has dreads?
Yes.
You're 24 years old.
Yes, I am.
Something ain't right, y'all. I'm just saying. God bless her. Bless her heart. Bless her heart, my sweet baby. What? See, this is why this is not really. It's funny, but not really. Because either this lady is trolling or something is off. Because with that, and this is why I say this echo chamber of everybody just saying the same old thing just to sound like they right is ridiculous. You know what I mean? And it's not prosperous. It's ridiculous. So if you really want a relationship, they just talking to just be talking. And I see why a lot of men don't take these women seriously. Because you're just talking to be talking. You're just saying what you think is popular to say. And the whole sisterhood is saying the whole thing. So you go along right with it. No matter how crazy it sounds, no matter how ridiculous it is, you're just going to keep saying it and looking crazy and wonder why you can't find what you're looking for. Or are they just trolling and playing in the first place? Maybe a lot of these women are just joking. Maybe the joke is on us, y'all. Maybe the gag is on us. Maybe we're the fools. Maybe they trolling us the whole time. The whole time they really don't want no man. They're just out here having a good old time, child. For the gram. Maybe they just out here laughing their ass off at us. Like, look, we got them talking about us. They mad and they serious, and we out here maybe they laughing and having them a good old time, child. Just making this up and giving us something to talk about and laughing at us on the back end. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the joke is on us. Cause she kind of smirking like she she looking like she ain't real serious, but she on this show playing games. Kendra, I'm gonna mess with Kendra. You know what she look like? I'm saying I'm just mess with her for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna mess with Kendra and play the game. I really don't want a man, but let me go on this show and let me play around. Trolling. Maybe the joke is on us. We the fools. So maybe they really don't want a man. They just saying it because it's the thing to say. It's trending, you know. Uh, maybe that's what it is. Successful MD says it's an attention buffet for validation seekers. Well, I mean, validating what though? Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. What are you validating? The fact that you ain't got a man and you can't get one or keep one? And having a man is not a man that you could sleep with. That ain't your man. He just wanted to sleep with you. That's it. That ain't your man. So getting a man is not somebody you can sleep with, because sleeping with them, that's easy for women to do. It don't matter how slow you are or whoever you are. You could get somebody will hit it and quit it. They ain't trying to be with you. So getting a man is for women is not somebody that you sleeping with or who can DM you and say good morning, beautiful, or grand rising. That ain't your man. Okay. So for a lot of these women who think, oh, I could get a man. No, you get somebody who will tap that. Because they open and tapping that, but they don't want you because you have no other real qualities that would make it in a relationship. So stop saying that. Jantel says she's not outside and no men are checking for her, child. Thank you, Jantel, for the super chat, child. I might have to agree with you, baby. Because sound like I heard a child or children in the background. I don't know. So, anybody can have a child and you can get a man to sleep with you, pop you up, all that. They don't want to be with you. So that ain't getting a man. Let's continue.
I would like to talk to you at 30 and see if you still feel this way.
Okay.
Kendra, 30 ain't going to make no difference. Baby, you could talk to her at 70. They will not settle. 30, it's not going to make a difference. No, they at 60 and 70 years old walking around, old as dirt, still saying they would not settle. So Kendra, talking to her in 5 more, was she 24, 25, whatever? That ain't going to make a difference in the world. They're just going to become more and more delusional. More expectations are going to be even higher. They're going to set the bar higher because they know they can't get it. But it's almost as if they do it on purpose or say it on purpose because they know that they're not going to get it. But it just sounds good, and it's what you're supposed to be doing as a woman, I guess. So, child, let's continue.
We can continue, though. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Yes.
How much?
$1 million.
Oh, you're on drugs.
No.
You're sober?
I'm not on drugs.
There's no substance abuse?
No.
Girl, I know she lying. Kendra, child, girl. Okay, that took the cake. That took the cake for me. Come on, what? Like, ain't really much to say after that. Like, what else can you say? Come on, ma'am, you know that ain't happening, baby. And see, once again, this is why I say they trolling us. Good and goddamn well, ain't no millionaire coming for you. Stop it. Just stop it. Just stop. Good and goddamn well, no millionaire is coming swoop you and knock you off your feet, child. Stop with the cap. I mean, you could have 1,000 goddamn seats. Ain't no millionaire coming to get you, baby. And they know it. You see, she got that little smirk. I think she know it or something else is going on. But, you just never know. That ain't, no, that ain't, mm-mm. 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 Mm-mm.
What are you talking about?
I'm trying to figure the same thing out with you. What are you talking about?
You said I'm on drugs?
Yeah, because of what you said, it made me feel like maybe you just weren't in your right mind.
I am on my right mind.
You are in your right mind.
Yes, but I'm not on drugs.
Okay, you're not on drugs. We could dispute that. So I heard you correctly. He has to be over 6 feet, have dreads, and make $1 million.
Yes.
And that's the only man.
I'm all about that money.
Oh no, man. Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I see what's happening here. Okay. Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah. Something ain't. Mm-mm. Something ain't right.
Can you find me a man?
Mm-mm. No, ma'am. No one. She about. She can't find you.
Yeah, here he is. I'm about to get him for you.
No, ma'am. Mm. 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 Kendra
Yes, this is the
stupid.
dreads. That's the 1 million right there. It says 1 million.
Kendra,
I can email it
Kendra
to
a mess.
you.
Oh Lord.
No, I'm talking about can you find me a man on here?
Oh, this is him. This is the closest we gonna get.
Mm.
This is the
Mm.
closest. This is the closest we gonna get to that
No, no,
man.
no, no. I'm talking about on here.
Oh
Not
yeah,
on.
yeah. This is him. This is here. This is the closest man I'm gonna get to you with those requirements.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so this is 1 million dreads and over 6 feet. This is as close as we gonna get to that, honey.
Okay.
But I think,
Okay.
listen, you shouldn't. Let me just say this on a serious note: don't make those requirements in order to share life with someone, regardless of how a man, how height, how tall he is, how long his dreads are, how much money he has in the bank. What you're seeking is a person who has good character that's gonna love you on your best and your worst
Bitch.
days.
Stupid ass.
Oh,
Kendra. Girl. See
what y'all
Kendra.
want from me?
Girl, she
She
called
called me a
Kendra.
stupid ass bitch. I mean, maybe I deserved it. I was trying.
Kendra. Kendra,
I
baby,
don't know if
you gotta
anybody's ever called me a
scream.
stupid ass bitch
She
before.
call you.
I realized it didn't hurt my feelings.
Did hurt your feelings, Kendra? Baby, I told y'all something wasn't right.
Yeah.
Oh
Overall
my God.
statement: don't waste your life
Girl.
on a person's attributes. Y'all are gonna let life pass you by all because if a person doesn't have physical attributes, and it is so stupid. It is so stupid. And I really feel bad because I want you to have a full life and companionship with someone. And it shouldn't be based off of their height. It shouldn't be based off of their bank account. And it shouldn't be based off of their hairstyle.
Childless Kendra girl.
Why I bring my ass TikTok?
Right. You know, this is the delusional world we live in. This is 2024, y'all. This is how it is with a lot of women. A lot of these women, I told y'all, everybody is a 10. No matter if, you know, I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. So I don't want to say, people being slow and stuff like that. But even everybody is a 10. Everybody's a 10. Everybody is looking for 6 feet, 6 figures. No, she said a million, baby. She said a million. She said $1 million. So $1 million, 6 feet tall. He got to have dreads. She don't want him if he don't have dreads. She don't want him if he ain't 6 feet tall. She don't want him if he don't make the $1 million. And you got to look at her. Like, everybody is not in their right mind. I'm just saying, not in their right minds, not really speaking coherently. They're just listening to what all the women are saying and they're just saying it. And everybody is out here doing, not everybody, but a lot of people are out here living in this delusional mindset. And they're out here thinking that this is possible and thinking that they can attain it. And they looking at us like something wrong with us. Like, y'all stupid. Like, oh my God, you should want a millionaire too. Like, why you ain't trying to manifest a millionaire, girl, you a mess. I'm a mess. I'm the hot mess. I'm the one that's got the issues, child. Cause I ain't trying to manifest a millionaire, and I'm not looking for a 6 feet. Well, not take me out of it, because I already got it. I mean, not the millionaire, nor do I care to have that. But what I'm saying is, every woman should aspire to have a millionaire, and he got to be 6 feet tall. Girl, you better manifest your man. If no matter if you 400 pounds, shit, living in your mama's basement, child. They always talk about the men who is overweight and sitting back wanting a model, living in his mama's basement. What about these women? A lot of these women living in storage units. Hell, let's talk about that. A lot of these women living in storage units and stuff because they can't afford the rent and stuff like that. So why would you want a millionaire to come and rescue you out of that storage unit and change your life and do all this stuff for you? You don't offer nothing or bring anything to the table. Like, come on now, y'all. This is crazy. It really is. It's a hot mess, and it should be a learning lesson from it. There should be something that people learn from it. It shouldn't be just living out here in this delusional way, because it's not benefiting them. They're not getting it. The educated ones with the money can't get it. All these celebrity older women can't get what they want. They still want a man to pay their bills and take them shopping. And I'm like, take you shopping, pay your bills at 60. It's nasty work. It really is. Like, why would you be expecting that at 60? It's just it's mind-boggling to me. Paul, what's going on, Paul Harrison? Thank you so much for the super chat. Says prayers up for our sister DeeDee, praying you'll be back feeling wonderful. A little advice to Tyrese: when the judge demands you to pay, ninja, you pay. No human female has a child by a sexual reproduction. Well, thank you once again for the super chat, Paul. Listen, look, that's who, look, a lot of these guys put themselves in that position. I will say that. You get with a woman, you thinking that, she's in it for the right reason. And a lot of times, I guess you don't know, you just thinking that it's the right thing. And then you end up having to do all of this. I don't know. He out. They say he out now. So I'm pretty sure he paid, or he's going to pay the $75,000 and move on with his life, I guess. I mean, and he's still probably have the child. I don't know how old their child is, but he still got to pay child support. But I don't know. In my opinion, that's still a lot of money for one child. I'm just saying. Thank you once again, Paul, for the generous super chat. I appreciate you, sir. What I was talking about. Let's move on. I think I have another clip for you guys. Let's see. Okay, listen to this. Here we go.
Strong black woman narrative is a scam. Wake up! I had a good run. I did everything the society told me to do. I worked really hard. I damn near broke my back. I paid all my bills. I put everybody else first. I told men I was independent. I did it, and I did it to say that I won nothing from it. I literally did not win any special awards. My life has not changed drastically. So now I'm going to reclaim my time, okay? When you see me now, know that I'm a soft babe.
I am so tired of being a strong, independent black woman. Can somebody's son please come free me?
On behalf of all the independent girls worldwide, I'm here to say that we are tired. In fact, let me speak for myself. I am tired. I'm tired of worrying about my own hair, worrying about paying for my own nails, worrying about what I'm gonna eat, paying for what I'm gonna eat, paying my bills, fixing my own car, paying my own rent, doing everything by myself. Like, I need someone to share my worries with. I need to be taken care of. Like, guys, I'm so exhausted. Like,
The strong black woman.
Well, okay, ma'am. So a lot of these particular women came out and said, oh, we don't need a man. You started making a little money, and I know women personally who were able to make some money, make a nice chunk of change, and they lost their damn minds. They lost their minds. They started feeling themselves, and they started thinking that they were the best thing since sliced bread, and they start acting like they was the ish. And, they start feeling themselves. And I've seen it firsthand, how you think, oh, now I can buy this and I can buy that, and I'm doing it all by myself. You've been quiet as it's kept. You've been doing it by yourself, honey. From the last time I checked, you've been doing it by yourself. You just was struggling. You didn't make as much money. You were doing it by yourself from the beginning. So now you make a little bit more money. Now you have this attitude like, oh, I'm doing well for myself, but you don't think about the times when you weren't doing as well, when you weren't making as much, when you were struggling and you needed help. So then when you start making you come up on something and you make some money, now you feeling yourself and you don't need nobody. You can do all this stuff, but you still want somebody. That's the thing. They still want a man, but now they feel like because they're able to do it by themselves or do it the way that they're doing it, they feel like a man's supposed to come in now and just pay it all because they had to do it. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. So it's almost like they forget. You have memory loss. You forget that you were struggling and you barely could make it and had. So it's almost like they want to penalize the men for them having to figure it out. They want to penalize a man for them having to figure out life and make it. But that's something men have to do all the time. But I don't understand, as an adult, if you're a grown-up and you got to take care of yourself, why is it that women think that they need that, a man, because you able to take care of yourself, that a man owes you something? I will never understand that. Divine Photo says, D, I'm going to be honest, Kendra had it coming. When you've been pandering to your women audience for 4 years, without accountability, they will lash out. Thank you for the super chat, Divine Photos. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they come at her. Yeah, I mean, now, when the way she started, and she says that she's learned some things. So she's learned some things over the years that she's been doing it. So now she has a different perspective, is what she's saying. And she realized that they don't like it. The same way she didn't like Kevin Samuels when she had that conversation with him. She didn't like what he had to say. She didn't agree with it, but now she's saying the same things that he was saying. And now these women don't agree with her. As long as it was a fun place to just come to and say, girl, have your sisterhood, as long as it felt like the sisterhood to them as like a safe, fun place where they could come and just say whatever they want in a delusional fashion, and Kendra just go along with it, they had no problem. See, that's why I don't get a bunch of women over here, because I'm a nice person. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna respect you like you respect me. But I might ask some questions. I'm not rude. I don't have to be rude or anything like that. But I'm just gonna ask real questions. And they don't like that. They like to live in that fun, everything fun world. They don't really like to get to the real issues or really talk about what's real. Talk about reality, the world that you actually live in, and the things that are actually going on with you for real. A lot of these women don't like to talk about that. They want to escape that. They want to ignore that. They want to focus on superficial and things that's fun. Everything got to be fun because it takes you away from your reality and what's really real. And, I think if you're looking for something specific, then you have to be specific about it and you have to be real about it. You can't, in my opinion, live in this delusional land and want real outcomes. You want real tangible outcomes, but you want to live in this delusional world, and the two don't mix to me. I don't think you can truly you'll get your true outcome by living in a la fairy tale land. I don't agree with that. Convenient timing of getting tired at mid-30s. Exactly, Jontel. Thank you for the super chat. Exactly. Yeah. A lot of the women, they fought, like I did a video on the channel about that. These women fought for equality, and they fought to be independent, and they fought to be able to go out and work and take care of themselves. Now you got it. So go ahead and do it. And a lot of men don't look at women the same as if they're these vulnerable creatures, like you can't do anything, a damsel in distress, because a lot of these women, first off, they don't want to be looked at as that anyway. I mean, I remember a time where women were talking about complaining about men opening the doors for them, opening the door. Like, I could do it myself. I'm like, and when, I'm just looking at that like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, what, you don't want a man to be a gentleman? Now they complain, oh, chivalry is dead. These men won't even do. Come on, y'all. It's just like they have amnesia. Like, you don't realize what you put out there. And now that you're getting a response, you seem shocked and appalled. I can't understand it for the life of me. You ask for that. You open the door for a lady, your man just being a gentleman. Oh, I got it. I don't need you to open the door for me. I'm like, this is crazy. And it's crazy when you're the person who don't see it like that. If I'm somewhere, guy open the door. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm grateful. Like, thank you. Thank you. And that's it. And go in. Like, why is it? I don't understand. They don't want to be ladies. They want to be men. You want to be men without fully understanding what it is, without fully understanding what it is to be a man. See, that's the thing. You want to be treated like a man. You want equal pay like a man, but you only want certain aspects of a man. You don't want the full nature and the full everything that comes with being a man. They don't want that. See, you don't really want that, and that's what they're realizing. But you talk like talk big and bad and bold. I don't need a man. I do. But when men step aside and let you, be the man that you always wanted to be, then you're mad. Then you're complaining. Well, men don't treat women like they used to, and I'm so tired of working. These men can't afford to get tired. I don't care what line of work you do. You got to work hard at it. Whatever you do, whatever your line of business is, you got to work hard at your craft, your businesses, whatever you got going on. It's not easy for men to get out here and do it, but they do it. They get out and they do what was necessary because they know they don't have, this, most men don't have the room to complain. They don't have the room to sit back and cry on social media and say, it's just so hard. Oh my God. I'm tired of working. Men, you don't see men doing that. They might be tired, but you're not going to catch them on social media crying, talking about they're tired of working. They don't have that luxury. But women have it. But this is what you wanted. You didn't understand. You thought, so like I said before, they must have thought that, oh, I'll just go work and I'll be finished working by the time I'm 40. And by that time I'll have my husband who's going to pay all the bills. And I can just sit back and enjoy, have my leisure time and sit back and not have to do anything. Now, I mean, that might be the case for somebody, but the majority of people, that is not. So I don't understand this. This is why they're tired of working. And when they say they're tired of working, you're tired of working and having to pay all the bills by yourself. Because a bunch of these women say if they got married, they still want to work. See, they want to work, but not feel like they have to. It's all about a feeling when it comes to a lot of women. It's about a feeling. I'll work, but I don't want to feel like I have to. That if I don't want to work, I don't have to because my man got my back. Well, he got to constantly work. He can't feel like he's tired of working. He got to work and make sure everything is good. He got to keep working just keep working. I guess, I don't know, the way they talk, they want the man to work till he can't work no more, until he just can't. Like, work himself to the bone, and he's not supposed to enjoy the fruits of his labor while he worked to take care of you, your kids, and everything you got going on, and you work, and your money just goes in your bank account for when you either get tired of him or he get tired of you. When he get tired of you and he wants something better, then you done stacked up all your money so you can move on to the next and, be good. But what about him? It's a selfish mentality. Dating out here, a lot of these women dating are very selfish. They really don't consider the man at all. They really don't think about his feelings, think about the things that he has to go through. They don't think about what men have to go through in general, like what men have to go through as men. Whether how they get their money, what they got to deal with the process of being a man. These women don't understand that, and they don't care to. Because if they did, you wouldn't hear all of this. Oh, I need 6 figures and he need to pay it all. You wouldn't hear that. It would be a whole different mentality. The mentality itself shows you that a lot of these women do not care about what men go through, what men deal with on a daily basis. They don't care. They just want you to, like that lady said, and I'll never forget it. She said, I miss the days when men would just pay the bills and shut up. And I just looked at her because I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, y'all some nasty. I had some choice words in mind. Like, y'all are ruthless. Boy, and I know women are catty, but some of these women are just ruthless. They don't give like 2 cents about a man. And I just think, and so Lord, what man is going to want to be with you? You could care less about his well-being, anything. I've seen some women who have attitudes, Black women, attitudes, and they talk a lot of trash and all that. But at the core of them, they were good women. If hear me out. If y'all know what I'm talking about, let me know. I've met women who they have a potty mouth. Some of them, you can't get it all. Some of them, that's just how they were raised or what they grew up with. And they'll talk trash, like, you know what I'm saying? And some of them will even be out in the streets fighting for you or whatever. But some of them women have really good hearts. They would not sell you up the river. They would not try to take all your money. They would not try to get child support out all that money. They'll work with you. Some of these women are crazy on one hand, but on the other hand, they got a good heart. And they wouldn't do half of the stuff that I see some of these women doing. A lot of these women, you would look at them and you would be like, damn, she's ghetto, Lord have mercy, she's loudmouth, she's this and that. But at the core of her, a good person. If you could just take that part away or clean that up with the other part, she'd be a good woman at heart. Because that type of woman, well, from some of them, not all, but what I'm speaking of, that woman, these women will look at, they'll fix you a plate of food, won't have no problem with it, make sure you good, very like helpful and stuff. So it's like sometimes you find people who, they got some rough edges, but on the other side, they'll look out for you more than the one that you think would, should be doing it. Like somebody who's, know how to talk to you all nice and all these kinds of things, but then won't put you out if you was on fire. You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird how you see that. It's weird how you see that dynamic in a person, how the people you think will not give a shit about you sometimes will. And it's just interesting to see. Because then these women out here who, present themselves as such, great people and they got it put together and all this kind of stuff. Those people, they will walk away from you, take everything that you got, don't give 2 shits about you, just don't care, just completely evil and nasty. Like, it's just interesting. Like, Lord. And I just don't see how people could do that. Like, are you a human being? What are you inside? Like a lot of these women are rotten to the core, like for real. Like they really are mean, rotten in the inside, and they will just drag you and keep dragging you and don't care. So, that's why I say y'all got to be careful as men, because a lot of these women aren't what you think. A lot of these women are very evil and they really don't care about men at all. Like a lot of these women just hate men for real. And it's so easy to always point the narrative back to the man because everybody wants the men to be the bad person. A man, look at man automatically, bad, what did he do? He's this, he's that. And you never really look at the women. When a lot of these times, a lot of the cases is not the men, it's the women. But the man is, especially a Black man, is automatically looked at as the villain or the problem. And I think that that's horrible. And I think a lot of men get a bad rep because of that. When they're not even, a lot of times they're not the aggressors, they're not the ones starting the issues. It's a lot of these women, and that's why they hate accountability, because they know it'll change if they start really talking about the stuff that they do. Oh boy, we've heard it. We've heard a lot of it. So yeah, I don't look at, and I don't think that every woman is bad. It's like, just like I don't think that every man is bad, but the ones that are, the stuff that you hear, man, you just gotta be like, I just shake my head because I'm like, ooh, who hurt you? Damn, you got somebody really did a number on you for you to think like that, and for you to look at men like you don't care. Like there's some craziness out here. Just saying. Let's move on. I have another clip I want y'all to see. Here we go.
Cool, 8 to 10.
Damn. 10 guys a night.
Mm-hmm.
And how many days a week?
Shit, pretty much 7 unless I'm going out with friends or something.
60, 70 guys a week.
Pretty much, yeah.
Damn.
Still tight though.
And you've been doing this how many years?
Since I was 14, so 3.
Your body count's got to be high.
Mm-hmm.
What's the upside and
Damn.
downside of that?
The upside, my coochie cat's still tight. The downside, it's not really no downside. I get paid for what I do. Bitches lay on their back for free and don't get nothing but a 4 for 4 from Wendy's.
Do you still believe in love?
Later on in life.
Okay, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? She says, the thing that caught my attention from that, she says there's no downside to that. I'm like, where, Willis? What you mean? There's no downside to that. What you talking about, Willis? There's no downside to a 304 lifestyle, honey? No, see, this is where the delusion part come in. You know, there's no downside to you sleeping with 8 to 10 dudes a day. Where? There's no downside to that, she says. And she don't care about love now. That's just how I go. But wait, she's young. So by the time, meaning when you hit 40, 35, 40, that's, kind of get to that point. Then you start looking for love after you've been with 8 to 10 dudes a day for how many years? Since she was 14. And you don't think that there's a downside to that. And then she's talking about her coochie is still tight. For how long, honey? How long you think that's going to last? I'm just curious. Because by the time you get to 40, girl, we already, you know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate because she's young and it's sad to see that that's happening. But man, all they can see is the money. No connection. She don't care about love now. She's numb to that because you letting dudes bust it open 8 to 10 dudes per day. And you think that that's not going to affect you as you get older? See, this is the stuff that these older broads should be out here teaching and telling these young women that, ma'am, this is not what you want to be doing, honey. This is not going to benefit you later on. When you think you're ready for love, when you think that you're ready for commitment and companionship, nobody's going to want you, and you're not going to even be ready for it yourself. Because I'm pretty sure while she's out here 304ing, you're not getting therapy. You don't do the 8 to 10 a day and then go to a therapist to get your mind right. Because every day you got to do that. And see, it's a jokey joke now because everybody, you can get paid. Everything is contingent upon the money. That's all you care about. But that money will run out. And when your body is all used up and ran through, you're not going to even feel good about yourself. The money is not going to be worth it. I mean, because at the end of the day, you got to deal with you. You got to look at yourself and look around. And it's going to hit you. Like, you look around and realize, well, damn, I've been in 304 my whole life. And this is all I get out of it. I'm looking around and you by yourself because you by yourself. And even if you met somebody who, I don't know who would want to like take that on, and I'm not saying that to be mean, but I don't know who would want to take her on after all of that. But even if she did find somebody who want to take her on, she wouldn't be prepared to know what to do with a man who, if he did, I'm just saying, everything is always about the men, but nobody focuses on this. That woman is not going to be mentally stable to be able to deal with one man. She's not. Once you've been through that cycle of all of that, I don't think that anybody would be ready for a one man after all of that. You know what I'm saying? You've been through all them different men, all the riding, all them CCs or whatever. You think you're going to be able to just be comfortable with one man, even when you're 30, 40 years old. It just don't happen like that. Listen, we know strippers who are still doing it old. They still be old trying to do it. Well, they go to OnlyFans. So they go to OnlyFans, women who were, not a lot, but a woman who was a stripper back in the day and is still doing that kind of work now. That's all they know how to do. They don't know how to do nothing else. So they always go to sex work because that's all you know or feel you good for, because that's all you've been doing. So to say there's no downside to it, that she's young and she don't know any better, and nobody's telling her. Successful MD says, my father saw my potential at the age of 5. He often told me a mind is a terrible thing to waste. I can't disagree with him at all. Reality wins. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. You know, it's 8 to 10 men per day. I forget what that channel is, but you know, that's just not a good thing. And I don't know what, a lot of times these young women have horrible backgrounds. Some cases the mothers and of course the fathers and mothers and fathers aren't in the household. They either raise themselves, they have to get out there too young. There's a lot of, and sometimes they have 2 parents in the household, and that's just what they choose to do. So you just never know. You know, I would assume that there's some horrible circumstances behind this, but a lot of times it's not. A lot of times they have parents in the household. They just want to go out and do that. And they like it and they want to do it until it get to a point where it's not working, you know. I don't know, but I thought that was, I just think it's a delusional mindset to think that you're not going to have any downside to this. That's what a lot of women think. They just think, oh, I could go out here, I can be outside 24/7. I could do whatever I want to do. I could ride as many CCs as I want to, and it's not going to be a problem. You know, just dip that thing in some vinegar and it's going to be all good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. That's what you used to say back in the day. Child, just go get some vinegar and child, and you back the business. You know, that's just how they're not thinking about the mental anguish that comes with that. The fact that you've put yourself out there so much, and then at some point it's going to hit you where you realize, damn, when nobody wants to deal with you, nobody want to, you know, then they're going to hit you like you feel like used goods at some point. I'm pretty sure. It's like, I don't see how you can come out of that unscathed. You can just you know, do. And a lot of times everybody know you for what you done, and nobody wants to take you seriously. And that's why you have a lot of these women out here who do OnlyFans crying and saying, you know, wondering why men won't marry them and why men won't be with them or take them seriously. You got to ask that question. You know, it's just crazy. But people have made these women think that that's okay. That's okay to do, you know, and there's no downside to it. You can do it how you want. And it's going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? Because women, nobody's going to tell you, you know, that it's wrong. No dudes ain't going to tell you, because they just trying to hit too. They lining up with the rest of the men. So, you know, man trying to tell you, oh no, stop that, honey. You shouldn't do that unless it's an older guy who really cares about you or something. But most of these dudes ain't going to know. They trying to get a piece too. So I always want, like, where's your mother? Where's your father? Where are your parents? You know, you didn't have enough respect for them or yourself to not take that route? Or is it just, are they so desperate for the money? I don't know. But it's sad though. It really is. All right. Here's this. I got another clip for you guys. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Black man. Have you seen those TikToks where the white guys get on here and they're like, white women, we don't like how you don't use seasoning. White women, we don't like how, you know, your hair smells. Have you seen those? Or maybe have you seen the ones where the Spanish guys get on here and say, we don't want beans every day? Or the Indian men are like, we don't like it when you wear your hijab this way. You know, have you seen those? Yeah? They don't exist.
Girl, now you know she too. I don't know. Some of these women look too old to act so dumb. I'm just saying. God forgive me. And shout out to this lady. No shade to you, ma'am. But what do you mean? Like, you don't see those women, Indian women. You don't see those women out here on social media dogging their men either. You don't see them on here saying they men ain't ish and they men in the bottom of the barrel and they this horrible and they ain't worth nothing and all of this. You don't see them doing that either. So, I mean, it's like, once again, I think a lot of these women act like they're clueless. Like you don't see what's going on. You don't see all these videos of these women talking about how to manipulate a man and how these men are dusties and they're bottom of the barrel and you don't want these dusties. You only want the men with the money and all of these. You don't hear those women on here saying that about their men at all. You don't see no Indian women. You don't see no Asian women. You don't really see them in droves. When you go on social media, all you see is mainly a bunch of black women talking about men and what men ain't doing and what black men aren't doing and what they should be doing and how they need to level up and how they are so much better. You don't see them women on here saying that. So why would the men be on here? No, black men are responding to what black women have put out there. They're responding to the stuff that women have said about them. Yeah, they just act like it's coming from out the dim blue sky. Nobody is perfect, baby. I keep saying that. Men, no woman, no man is perfect. We all make mistakes. But women, black women act like they perfect. Like y'all don't make mistakes. Like y'all don't do nothing wrong. You can't answer 3 flaws. Lady asked them every time name 3 flaws. And my flaw is I give too much attention to people. Like, come on, baby. Like, y'all can't even list 3 flaws about yourself, but you could point out everything that a black man does without looking at yourself and say, you know what? I'm very selfish. I'm aggressive. I got a slick mouth. They always say that one. So that means you can cuss a dude out. You done cussed them out before. You don't know how to communicate. You talk to him sideways. You don't know how to effectively communicate. There's a lot of things. You're aggressive, you're manly, you're taught to be independent. You're not considering anything that he wants to do. It's all about you. There's a lot of things that you could change and do better, but they act like they're perfect because they went to school. You never point out yourselves. I want to see these women start pointing out yourself and say, you know what? I could lose a few pounds. Yeah, I'm overweight, but you think you're the best thing since sliced bread because you call yourself thick and you like being thick because you don't want to put the chicken down or you don't want to put the Debbie snack cakes down. So you don't want to put it down. So you want to make a justification for why you so big, but you don't want to call yourself big. You can't even take accountability for that. You're just thick and fluffy, and any man would want a fluffy woman. I don't have to lose weight. I don't have to do anything for these men. Like y'all, a lot of y'all are so out of order, and you just don't want any accountability whatsoever, and you just want to blame the men for every damn thing and don't take no accountability. When I can look at a lot of these women and see where you got a lot of issues at, but you don't want to even address it. Those men aren't on here talking about, yeah, because the women aren't on there doing that, baby. Their women aren't on here bashing them and because the women don't act like that. Those women are more submissive. They're more cooperative. They work with their men. All those men aren't rich. Those all Indian Asian men are all rich. They're average, just like average black men. They women work with them. That's something black women don't want to do with a man. You're entitled. You think a man owes you something. You think everybody owe you something. You think people owe you something 24/7 because you're black and you got a vagina. Nobody owes you nothing. And that's the entitlement that I talk about. And I think that has to change. I think a lot of women are very entitled and they don't want to acknowledge it. And that's why they can't get a relationship, stay in one or keep one. Successful MD says, no flaws, but encompass lunatic behavior. Right. Yeah. And it's like they don't want to address it. Thank you, Successful MD, once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. You don't want to address anything, and I just think that that's a problem. And before you acknowledge it, you rather ignore it and act as if it doesn't exist. And anybody that says anything about it, you want to come at them or try to say, oh, they're this or they're that, because you don't want to acknowledge the truth. And we all know that anything, look, anything that's worth anything, you got to put work into it. You got to work on it. You just can't sit back and think that somebody owe you something because you went to school and because you got a job. That's what adults do. If you're an adult, you go to school, you go to job, you take care of yourself, you pay your bills, you maintain your life. That's what you're supposed to do. Nobody owes you nothing because you had to go get a job and take care of yourself and your children that you created. That's not another man's fault that you got children and you had kids with the wrong person and that person don't want to be there and now you stuck with them, and now you got to do it all. And which a lot of women wanted to do it all. They didn't need a man. They said they could do it all by themselves. So that's what you're doing. So why everybody's so bitter and angry and mad? And anytime somebody says something about it, you mad at them for it. No, and until a lot of our women unfortunately realize that they're the problem in a lot of these cases, they're just going to be, in a pickle. You're just going to be in a pickle. That's it. And I don't think nobody wants to be in a pickle their whole lives. You're going to have to work for the rest of your life and take care of yourself by yourself. That's what they wanted. So don't get mad at the men. Get mad at the women, the feminists who told y'all that this is what you should be doing. And a man, they don't mean nothing because you can do everything better than a man. By yourself, you do bad by yourself. You didn't think, let me not take that approach. If I find a good man, let's work together. Let's build together. You can do so much better that way. But they put it into y'all minds that, you can't do that because if you build that man up, he gonna leave you for a white woman or something. Then told him that if you do that, he gonna just leave you and leave you stuck. That's why they want a man to pay all the bills so that they can still work now. They want to work. They want to be independent still, but they want to you to pay all the bills so they can keep their money. Your money is her money and her money is her money. That's the purpose of all of that. So when rainy day come or if he leave you, they so scared. Why y'all so scared of a man leaving you if you think you're everything and 10 bags of chips? Why are you so worried about a man leaving you if you got it together like that? If you so good and so put together, why are you scared a man gonna leave you? Because I think a lot of these women are petrified. They're terrified of a man leaving them. Like, why? You're not that secure with who you are and all your degrees and your education and all your money? You're not secure with yourself? Well, if a man did leave you, okay, if you got all your stuff together, why would you be even worried about that? Why? Because a lot of these women are very insecure. They're the very things that they try to project onto a man. The stuff that they project onto men is what they are. They're insecure. A lot of these women, they're sometimes jealous of the men. They don't like when they want a man who's successful to come in and show them the ropes and show them how they got successful so they can do it. And they want you to help them pay for business ventures and all kinds of things to get them on their feet so they can just go and do it themselves. And when they do it and they're successful, forget all about you, help them. Then they go to lying to the public saying, they got it out the mud and they did it by themselves. And I'm a strong black woman. I did it by myself. And you forget that man that you use for his resources and his knowledge, he don't exist anymore. See, that's what a lot of these women do. You use money that came from a man to help you, somebody who helped you, and then you act like he never helped you, like you did it all by yourself. And then when it comes crumbling down, because see, that happens too. You don't stay. That's the thing they don't realize. You don't stay up for very long with that type of attitude. It's almost like karma in a sense. You get there, you fall off, and then you back complaining and looking for somebody else to put you back on. You're not going to get them chances too many times, you see. So you're supposed to do good with it the first time and not become this selfish, entitled person as if you didn't need no help in the beginning when you had all the help. You know what I'm saying? It's like women say, I don't need no man. I'll take care of myself. A lot of them on Section 8. A lot of them get government assistance. You get assistance paying your rent, assistance paying your light bills, assistance paying whatever bills you have. And you ain't really paying nothing. But you saying, I'm doing it all by myself. No, you're not. No, you're not. You have help. That is help. Because without that, you would be homeless. So, I just think it's a wake-up call. It has to be a wake-up call for a lot of women, just people in general who think like that. Like, come on now. Things are changing. And you can't continue. You can, but that's on you. And for a lot of women complaining, a lot of the issues are you. It's not the men. A lot of the problems that you have is not because of a man. It's because of you. And if you would look at yourself and realize what the issues are and make some changes to your life, you would do better. That's all. And in the meantime, stop complaining and pushing the blame on everybody else. It's like a crackhead. You on crack and you keep blaming somebody else for smoking crack around you. But guess what? You right there with the crackhead. You ain't moved out of that area. You didn't move from that. You right in that spot because you really want the crack. You want the crack. And so you hang around a crackhead smoking and then blame it on them because you got tempted. Is it their fault that you got tempted, or is it your fault because you still hanging around them because you secretly don't want to give up the crack? It's just what it is. Porsche's bodies with go-kart engine brains. I never would have thought of that. Thank you for the super chat. That's for empty. Lord. Y'all a mess. Child. Oh Lord. Provocateur Joseph says, from my experience, the best women are the ones who were raised with a good, productive father in their lives. Calvin Cook says, no excuses. I played stepdaddy twice, and the kids wasn't the problem. It was her demons following her from the past, hiding in the bushes. Wow. Common Man 80 says, there's a lot of older women my age, 62, living on the street, right? Or in their cars or living with their parents. The truth was way bigger than their mouths at DeeDee. Right. Yeah, I mean, it's a rising thing. You see people getting storage units and turning them into like little apartments. I mean, they got their beds in there, fans. I mean, and some of these people are in these not shelters, in these storage units with children. I've seen a couple in there with a baby or two kids, I think, and they living in the goddamn storage unit. It's getting bad. But people are losing their apartments. We already see this happening, losing their places. It's too expensive, and they still out here bragging and talking about I can do it by myself. But I've seen videos lately of women talking about they're tired of this. We see the videos of them talking about they're tired of being independent, and then they're also tired of this lifestyle and this maintenance care, because women spend thousands and thousands of dollars on maintenance care. That means getting their facials, hair, nails, toes, all kinds of stuff done, and this could be thousands of dollars. And now they're saying they're ditching that, and they're tired of that because it's no longer the thing. It's overkill and everything, but they won't say it's too expensive. We was balling at one point. We thought we could do it. Now we can't. Things are too high, so we got to ditch that because we can't afford it. They won't say they can't afford it, but they'll say, oh well, it's I don't see a need for it anymore. You don't want to say what it really is, but we know why. It's too much, and you can't get a man to come in and pay for it. See, they can't get a man. Too many men out here nowadays to come in and pay all their bills off rip. Most of these men are woke, and these men are saying, nah, hell to the law. We're not doing that. We're not coming in and paying your bills, baby. You pay your own bills. You're an adult. I got to pay my bills. You pay yours. I'm going to ask you to pay mine, so don't ask me to pay yours. So they can't get the men to do it like they want to, so they're forced to figure it out, and it's hurting them. They're having a hard time. They're going to have to start letting some stuff go, and a lot of people I've seen moved out of these expensive apartments, and they found something cheaper. A lot of these women are moving with living these high rises and all these expensive places. Oh, we're moving, we're downsizing. Yeah, it got too damn high. So now you got to go get something cheaper. Be more realistic. That's all. Just be honest. It's okay. It happens to the best of them. Spend thousands, but won't pay $10 a month for Planet Fitness. That's true. Yeah. That's what it is. It's like, it's just getting out of hand. What's going on, the 18th letter? How you been? Good to see you here. It says, I want to give a shout out to you, Miss DeeDee. As the world turns, these women do not want to change themselves, but they want the world to change for them. Exactly. It's the same way. Thank you for that super chat, the 18th letter, and good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. It's like the big, large women want them to, make the airline seats bigger, and they want everything bigger to match their size when your size is not the norm. You want everything to work to do what you want to do to accommodate your toxicity. They want everybody to work to accommodate them, but they won't do anything to accommodate a man whatsoever. A man is just a for his wallet, and that's it. Just pay for everything for me, do what I want, and that's it. Make me happy, keep me happy. That's all they want. And that is not conducive to healthy relationships. That's not what a relationship is about. A man is not just his wallet and just to jump through hoops and be a circus clown for you 24/7 and keeping you happy, everything that you want. And then that's still not enough. It's never ending. It'll be never ending. Anytime, look, I will say this, there's nothing wrong with catering to your wife, or if you have a significant other or whatever, because everybody ain't into marriage. But if you got a woman that you love and y'all been together, y'all working together, and you do things for her and she does things for you, and you guys are reciprocating that, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think that's great. But you gotta look out for the ones who never want to do anything. Like they're not there to give you anything. They could care less. Like I said, won't put water on you if you was on fire. They're not there for that. They there to drain you dry. And when they drain you dry, they move on to the next. The way these women speak about men, you could tell they have no care for these men. If they don't like you, you're not they type, they ain't really caring about you. But if you got some money you want to spend on them, they gonna surely take it. That's it. It's about the money. That's why I don't believe that money is the end all be all. I think, yeah, people like money. Money is what makes the world go round. But when you're talking about successful relationships, if you meet somebody who has money, fine. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. No, it's not a bad thing. But if you meet a guy who's sincere and he really is into you and you're into him, you'll realize that that type of woman, even if he has money, to me, that's more of an incentive to the guy, because, well, for him to meet a woman who's not a gold digger, a woman who's not money driven, like she sees him for who he is, in spite of his money, where you can look at it and she'll say, if you have money, but if you didn't have money, I would still be with you because I care about you that much. Or better yet, two people who were in a relationship or married young when they didn't have money, and then they grow their relationship and then they come into money, and you could trust that woman. To me, she's more loyal because she could have left you when you was broke. She could have got tired of you when you was broke and she didn't see the vision or any of that, and she could have skedaddled, because some of them have, but she stays and she's there. That's somebody that you can always trust, in my opinion. That's somebody that you can trust because she was there when you didn't have a dime and she stayed. So that's how you know that type of person is loyal and committed, because it's not just about the money. There's more that she cares. She really cares, and she's really there for the long haul. So if you didn't have money, she still would be there. You got the money, she's still there. So that's the woman that you appreciate. That's the woman that you hold on to. And this is why this is such a red flag when you see these women who say, I'm not building no man, and I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing that, and I want him to come already established. He got to come. Ain't no potential. Well, that's a red flag to me. Any man who you hear a woman who says she won't work with you or build with you, then to me that's a red flag, because she only cares about what you bring to the table financially. That's it. Anytime you have a woman who's solely focused on finances, that's all she cares. That's what's most important to her. You are not most important to her. It's your wallet, your bank account. That's what's most important to her. When you find women who are more focused on that, they're not really there for you. And eventually it gets old and she gets tired. And if you don't want to spend it on her, then she's going to move on to the next. Bottom line. That's the bottom line. And I know some men don't like to hear that, but it's true. It's the straight up truth. A lot of these women are superficial. Y'all talk about what's that word? Jesus Christ, my head hurt. What's that word? That women are what's the word? I can't think of the word, y'all. Were they all about money? What's the word, y'all? But women are. I be doing this to my husband. He be like, "What? I don't know what you're talking about." What are they? I can't think of it right now. Women are when they all about money and they just care about money. Hypergamous. Yes. Thank you. Q the old one. Is that how you say it? Q the old one. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes, Ryan. Yes, I couldn't think of it for nothing. They already say that we already know that women are hypergamous, right? You expect a man to have more than what you have in a lot of cases. We see a bunch of women now who make money and make good money. They still want the man to make more than what they make. So it's like you already coming into the door, into the gate, looking for that man to have what you have or more. If you're successful, you want him to have what you have or more. He can't make less than you, because then you don't respect him. So it's already like that. Women are already that way. So they already want the money. And like I said again, there's nothing wrong with making money. Money is what helps you to live and thrive. But if that's all you care about, child, then that's a problem to me. Successful MD says no investment equals no appreciation or work. Right. Yeah. And successful MD, that's facts. They don't want to do anything. They've had to work. Some of these women, it's not all women, but for the ones who talk like this, they had to work and they feel like, why did I have to work? Why did I got to go do all this? And they feel like they had to do it themselves. And if they, then worked and built a life for themselves, they like, now if I get a man, oh my God, you got to come in and pay it all. You got to take it over and do it all, because I'm not doing ish. And she don't want to do anything for you because she's not thinking about you. She's thinking about herself and her kids, because they mostly have kids already. Thank you once again for the super chat, Successful MD. So they think about them and their kids, not you. So yeah, so y'all, and I think a lot of men are aware of this. This is not new. I think a lot of these women have exposed themselves. A lot of these men are still trying to go overseas or other places, wherever they could find decent, cooperative women. And once again, I still say this because I remember doing these lives, and we used to have the conversations about who should make the most changes and who's the problem. And a lot of times it's the men, because the men will sleep with these women. But look, if the women weren't available out there outside all the time with their legs open and ready to sleep with anybody that they're attracted to, these men wouldn't be able to do that, because women control the access to their body and sex. So they're putting themselves out there because that's what they want. They want that, and they go out and get it, and they give it to the guys that they want to give it to. Now, what I think what a lot of people are saying is, the guys should say no. The men should say no. And most of the time, these men aren't going to say no, because we know that women can easily get sex. It's not that easy for all men to go out and just get sex. That's what y'all tell me. So it's not as easy for men to get it, but it's easy for women, because women have the vagina. They can go out and just offer it to anybody, and most of them will accept it. So that's how women, they can run them numbers up really fast, because most men aren't going to turn down some vajayjay. But if the women stop offering it, they wouldn't have anything to turn down. If women start holding themselves, being more respectful and responsible, and finding men that they can be with on a serious level, and not just out here on these situation hookup ships, then it would be a totally different ball game. So who really has the power when it comes to sex and your body? It's the women, but they don't move like that. They're outside, and they want to be outside, and they want to complain, and they want to constantly blame men. So as long as women are opening their legs to men on a random daily basis, they're going to constantly blame men for not stepping up to the plate, even though they're the ones that control it. And then when you have men who are walking away and not trying to be with you and not wanting to deal with you, knowing that you've been ran through, they think you got a problem. All the men out here is GAY. This is because they don't like women. They ain't like, because they don't want to fool with you. So when the men are responsible and don't want to fool with you, now you got to shame them and call them names. You can't win for losing. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't, child. So I don't know what it's gonna take. I don't know what it's going to take, what has to be done. But it's really, really a hot, stinking mess. Now, before we wrap this up, I have another clip I want to play for y'all. So make sure y'all are hitting the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I want to play this other clip for y'all. I'm going to pull it up here. And we're going to go through this one, and then we're going to wrap this up. But make sure y'all are hitting the like button. Go ahead, hit the like button. Let's see here. Here we go.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, how do you turn the camera on?
There you go. Hey, boo. Hi. Hi.
Okay, I was a little sad. Finally.
Okay, get in the middle of the camera, mama.
I don't want my titty to come out, but okay.
Say it again.
I don't want my chest to come out of, okay.
Okay, here we go. What's your name, boo?
My name is Lachey.
Lachey, where you calling me from?
Chicago.
Chicago's in the building. I used to live in Chicago. How old are you, Lachey?
28.
28. What you do for a living?
I'm a social worker.
Okay, social worker. You have any kids?
No.
No kids. Lachey, Chicago, 28, social worker, no kids. You ever been married?
No.
No. And what's your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aries.
Aries. Lachey, Chicago, 28, Aries, never married, social worker, no kids. What kind of man you looking for, boo?
Somebody that's like loving, hardworking, caring. He have to be family orientated. Like that's a top. Like if you ain't gonna mess with your family, I can't talk to you, baby, because I come from a big family. And just somebody that
I bet she do come from a big family, child. I'm just saying. Calvin Cook, thank you for the super chat. Says you shouldn't have popped my balloon. Thank you for the super chat, Calvin. I appreciate you. Baby, she come from a big family. I don't doubt that. Let's continue.
that's like open, somebody that's not easy to give up. Like we got a little issue, we could talk about it, and that's about it.
Okay, what's my ass gonna fight for love?
Yeah.
What's your deal breakers?
Somebody that's like we have an issue and you quick to give up real fast, then yeah, that's it.
That must have happened. So was that your last relationship?
Baby, I don't want to talk about that.
Because I'm like, you said it twice. All right, so someone who's gonna go the distance and not just give up. All right.
Yeah.
But what the issue is though? Like, what is the issue? You got to talk about the issue though. I mean, if you cheated or you cheating, what's going on? See, it depends on what it is. Like what are you keep messing up? You doing something real foul and you want him to just sit there and take it? No, maybe he decided, nah, this ain't what I want, and he out. Let's continue.
Anything else?
Nah, I really don't have a deal breaker because I ain't looking for no perfect man. Because if you perfect, then I don't need you at all then.
Okay. What about looks? Should he look a certain way?
I actually like tall guys. So you got to be over like 6 feet.
Gotta be over. How tall are you?
I'm actually 5'9".
Okay. So over 6 feet. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Long as you make over like $50,000 a year, that's about it.
Okay, over 50K. Should he be in Chicago?
Okay. He don't gotta be in Chicago, but that out the US, I can't deal with it.
Okay, so you don't gotta be in Chicago, but you can't be out the country.
Yeah.
Baby, I heard the cholesterol in her throat. I'm just saying. When she took that breath, I heard the cholesterol in her throat, y'all. I'm just saying. I ain't trying to be mean. Jantel says, I come from a big family, double entendre. Like, I heard the in the throat, child. Anyway, let's continue.
Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Yes, ma'am. Come on.
Okay, give me 1 second. Oh. 1 second.
Come on, girl.
Okay, we see you, girl.
All right.
You're definitely tall.
Yeah.
Big time Benz.
Yes.
All right.
So, Lachey, right? 5 months ago. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Like a month ago.
Is that guy an option?
No.
Why'd you sleep with him?
He just something to do when it ain't nothing to do. It's an ex.
Okay, stay in the camera. Does he have is he over 6 feet?
Yeah. He's actually like 6'6".
Okay. Does he make over 50K?
Yeah.
Then why can't you be with this man?
You know, when you used to be in a relationship with people, sometimes you grow apart from people. And like we used to date when we was younger, so we grew apart from each other.
Now, baby, listen, I will say this. Y'all gotta stop using that excuse. If anything, Successful MD, thank you for the super chat, says she must be able to run more than 1 yard. Thank you for the super chat. Listen, I want to say this before I forget. This excuse, oh, we was in a relationship and he seemingly had everything that you still looking for. You over 6 feet, he made 50,000, and somehow y'all didn't work, but you still sleeping with him. That excuse that y'all grew apart is bullshit. That's just bullshit. Because honestly, when you're in a relationship with a person and you're making it work, the two of you are making it work, you actually grow together. You don't grow apart. You grow together. That's the thing, people. That's the misconception that a lot of people like to use. Oh, because you're in a relationship. Oh, we just grew apart. No, y'all didn't. Either you weren't really in a relationship or he doesn't want to be with you. Just say that. Because if he has all of the requirements that you want out of a man, maybe he just don't want to be with you, or y'all never really was together. That's the part some of these women lie about. They don't really be in a relationship. It just be a hookup thing. And they be making it seem like it was a relationship when it really wasn't. So no, when you in a relationship with a person, with two people who want to be there, y'all try to work that out as best you can. And you know, you're gonna go through some hurdles and things of that nature, and it ain't gonna look good, but y'all stay there because you committed to it. Yeah, it looked crazy for a minute, then it looked great. You know, it might look a little crazy, but it looks great again, and y'all keep going, and then all of a sudden it's like it's great because you done been. Once you look, you don't know how to how should I put it? Like, you don't know what the outcomes of something is going to be unless you go through it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't go through it, if you're just sitting back thinking that you're not supposed to go through anything, or you're not supposed to have issues with a person, two human beings who come from different walks of life with different upbringings and all of that, and different ideas with certain things. If you think that y'all not going to have issues, you're insane. But especially if you committed to each other to work through, you work through it. We understand with the understanding that, hey, yeah, okay, he ain't perfect. I'm not either. Let's figure this out. Let's do it, because this we committed to doing. It's not going to always look great, but you work through it. A lot of times people give up before they can even see the great part, get to the other side. And when you starting off a relationship, a lot of times it's great because you're just getting to know people. It's all butterflies and y'all smiley, and everybody's cute and everybody is, and it's great, and it's new. But you know, once you get with the person, then you're going to start to go through stuff. That's just what relationships are. I wish more people would let folks know that a relationship is not always cookies and cream just instantly. You got to build to that point. You got to go through some things to get to the other side. That's just what it is. Anything that you're striving to accomplish and grow up on or build upon, it's going to take work. And that work isn't always fun. It's not always the most pleasant. It's not all, it doesn't have to be a hellion situation, but it's still something you got to go through. And if you're the type of person, you don't want to go through nothing. You just want everything handed to you just nice and cute on a silver platter, and you don't have to work for nothing or do nothing, then a relationship probably wouldn't be for you, because relationships take work. Just like when you go to a job and you want to build money, it takes work, right? You got to go to work to make money. It takes work to do anything else. Why do people think relationships supposed to be so easy all the time? I'm not saying it should be bad and it shouldn't be toxic. That's a difference. It shouldn't be toxic. It shouldn't be horrible where it's a tug of war all the time and it's just so bad. No, what I'm saying is you're still going to have ups and downs, ebbs and flows. That's a part of life. It's no different for a relationship. So it got to be two people who want it, though. These people talking about growing apart. A lot of times them men wasn't trying to grow with you in the first place. They were just doing what they sleeping together, and he moved on to the next. And then she'd say, oh, the relationship is over. Classic Perspective says she's lying. She accept that man because he was willing to deal with her. Thank you for the super chat, Classy. You know, a lot of times it's situationships, and they don't want to say it because that don't look good. Let's continue.
So are you just gonna sleep with him until you meet a new man?
Nah, I don't even sleep with him like that.
Okay, stay in the camera, honey.
I know I'm about to fix it back.
Okay. Okay. What are 3 flaws you have to work on?
My mouth. Like, sometimes I'm quick to respond to things. And I get irritated a little bit too quick sometimes. But besides that, that's about it.
Okay. Wait, all you have is 1 flaw?
No, my mouth, like, I got a slick little mouth. Like, you can say something, I'm say it back, and it might come out, like, harsh to people. But then sometimes I respond too quick to incidents. Instead of trying to listen to the problem, I respond too fast.
That's kind of the same thing twice.
Yeah. But that's about it.
So that's your only flaw?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Final answer.
That's it. What, Kendra?
This is the issue right here. I say this every time I get to this question. This is the enlightening moment that I understand why people are single. Because people do not self-assess. Y'all do not self-assess. Y'all think y'all have only 1 flaw. Y'all could talk about your ex up and down the hallway on why they were a bad person. But when it's time to think of things that you can become better at when it comes to a relationship, it's literally blank. I never thought I'm perfect. What's the issue?
I never said I was perfect, but that's my issue.
Perfect,
I have
then
a
give me
slick
3
mouth.
flaws. Okay, if you're not perfect, then you can name 3 flaws.
Like, I really have a slick mouth. Like, I just feel
Girl,
like
that's you got a big bag.
You can't name 2
God
other flaws besides that 1 flaw.
That's 1 right there. That should be the first one.
Like, I really feel like that's my biggest issue in relationships, the way I react towards things.
Okay.
Like, I don't feel like I have another issue. Like, any one of my exes, they would never say that. They'll just say I react too fast instead of trying to listen. I react too fast because, like, I'm the type of person I give a guy 3 chances. After the 3rd time, baby, you gotta go. Like, I'm not even about to keep trying to work it out with you. So I believe.
So why did so you left those men?
Oh, I don't play that. Like, I come from a 2-parent household. So I just feel like certain things, if me and you get into an argument or have any like disagreement, I'm gonna come to you to talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it and I keep giving you a chance after chance, you have to go. Because I'm not about to keep talking about the same thing over and over.
Okay. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Lachey?
I'm hardworking. I know how to take care of household. I love traveling. Like, yeah, I got a smart mouth, but I can sit down and shut up sometimes and listen. But that's about it.
Okay, you're 28. What's the age range you want to date?
I actually like guys from 30 to like 42.
So you want older men?
Yeah.
Okay, could he have kids?
Yeah, like 2.
Do you want kids yourself?
Yeah.
You want kids yourself? Okay. So we got Lachey, Chicago, 28, Aries, social worker, no kids, never married. She wants a guy at least 6 feet. She make at least $50K between the ages of 30 and 42. Are you on the Kendra G singles dating app?
Yes.
Okay.
John Tell, thank you for the super chat. Says her A1C levels are a problem. Diabetes capital. Child, thank you for the super chat, John Tell. Classic Perspective says flaw 2. You're built to break pelvis and your breasts need to be tested as 2 new planets for the solar system. Ooh, Lord. Yeah. I mean, I see it's classy. Thank you for the super chat. Dang, Lord, that's a lot. Successful MD says, in short, she has been pukatized. She is done, honey. She's done. Hopefully she can find what she wants. You know, I'm really trying to wish the best for these women because I know everybody, you know, all these women who are out here talking about they don't need a man. They really want a man. They said they want one. They don't need you, but they want you. We don't need you, but we want you. Hopefully they can find what they're looking for. Everybody needs love. You know what I mean? I'm gonna stop being so harsh. Everybody needs love. Hopefully they can all find what it is that they're looking for and they want and stuff. I would love to do a show where it's just, oh, excuse me, y'all. I would love to do a show when if a show I would love to just do recap shows of all the women who are out here looking for dates and husbands or whatever it is you're looking for. I would love to be the recap show where they all come on my show and just give their updates. Just give me the updates 10 years later. Let's see what's going on. And then show me the marriages, show me all the 6 feet men with these 6 figures, with these women, and show me the relationships. Show me all that, everything that y'all looking for is coming true. I would love to see it because that would mean there's more people in relationships, more people getting married, more people connecting, having companions and stuff like that. I would love to be the update show. Just come on here and show me, just tell me about your update. Tell me about the outcomes. It would be amazing to see it happen like that. But we know we don't see a lot of that. We don't see a lot of that, We don't see it. They are single until 2030. Oh my God. It's just the outcomes are not there. In fact, it's the opposite. The men aren't checking for them. They're still complaining about men not approaching them. Men not approaching and they don't know what to do. So I would just love to see everybody, men and women. Why not? Men and women get what they want. I would love to see more marriages. It's a beautiful thing. Even though I know a lot of men aren't, aim for it, but I would love to see more marriages. I love love. I love to see people in love and working it out and building up on that, building families and stuff. It's really a beautiful thing. And as much as women try to hate on it, they know there's something that they want. But when it doesn't seem like they're getting it, I think that becomes the problem. When they're not getting or they don't have the outcome that they want, that's when they start to become bitter and start lashing out because they don't know what else to do. You got to hate what you can't have. If you can't have it, you're not going to make it seem like it's working for other people, or you're going to focus on the negative aspects of it because you don't have it. So just like that lady said, one lady, she was very honest about it. She was like, I forget exactly what she said, but she was like, because I'm not, what she said, I'm not married, so I just want married people to be miserable or something like that. She said, but she wasn't happy for anybody else because she didn't have it. And that's how it is. Successful MD says she's a big and brutiful. She is big and brutiful. DeeDee, no. But she wasn't ugly. She wasn't ugly. Right? Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. I'm gonna leave that alone. The bigger the berry, the more sour the juice. What? Oh Lord. Y'all a trip. Y'all crazy. I hope she gets a Christmas card from them families. Can't be throwing temper tantrums like a child. Stepping to trimmers each day in Chicago. Wow. Yeah. She's a social worker. Come on. She got shortness of breath and sleep apnea talking about one flaw. Who said, wait, who said that? Hold on. Oh, Lord. Cupcake Zero. She got shortness of breath and sleep apnea talking about one flaw. Girl, no. Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord. Stay away from North Carolina studs. Them Klondikes. Oh, Lord. Y'all a mess. But yeah, it's I really want everybody to get what they want. Really. For real. Seriously. I'm serious. Dead serious. I would love for people to get what it is that they want. Because you're not out here complaining for nothing. You had some bad experiences or whatever, and you want something better. But I just think, once again, in order to get that better, you got to be realistic. That's all. It's not that big of a deal. And I know we joke around and stuff and we clown around on these videos and stuff, but honestly, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. If you want companionship, you want a husband, first thing to do is find out, find somebody that's a good person that wants to be, those things, or want what you want. Find a man who wants marriage, who wants a family, who wants you, who want to be with you and build with you, and y'all do the damn thing. It's not that difficult, honestly. It's just people gotta be realistic, and you gotta know what you want and what's most important to you. If a husband, a wife, family is most important to you, make sure that that's the most important thing that the other person is looking for as well. Because a lot of times a lot of people choose men to make babies with who really didn't really want a baby. They just wanted the sex, but they didn't really want a family. They didn't really want all of that. And you did. And so it's usually a one-sided situation. Usually one person wants something more than what the other person wants. And either y'all communicated that, or one person communicated it and the other person wasn't really on board, but just didn't say anything. And you just assume that, we get the babies and then, he's going to commit and it's going to be a happy family. And it's usually not that way, because that person really didn't want that. So I tell women, don't run and go jump in and get a baby for a guy thinking that that's going to make him faithful or make him commit to you. Because if that's not what he wants, that's not what he wants. It don't matter what you do. That's not going to make him change his mind until he's ready to change his mind. Man is not going to marry you until he wants to marry you, until he's ready. You can't pressure a man into marriage. You can't pressure them into commitment. You can't really pressure them into anything. This is why I say stop trying to force people to do something they don't want to do, and find the person that wants the things that you want, and you make a life with them. But not everybody, but a lot of people are focused on a look, a certain vibe and all of that, and they can't see that you're passing up the guys that will want what you were looking for. And the guys who that you want, you got to make sure they want you. Otherwise, you ain't gonna have no relationship. And that's what we're seeing. The men make that decision if they want to be with you or not. If they want to marry you, if they want to do any of that with you, you could want him all day. But if he don't want you, baby, there's no relationship. Same way, women with your bodies. You're in control of your body. You make the decision on who you sleep with, who you give children to, who you do all of that with. That's your choice. That's the choices you make with that. And he has the choice to say whether I want to marry this one, whether I want to be with her, whether I want to take her seriously or not. So, but I find that a lot of women think that they have control over all this. They really thought that they could control the dating market, the men and everything else. And when they realized they couldn't, now it's an upset. Now it's like, oh, okay, these men are sassy. We don't know what we're going to do. They ain't committing like they used to. They don't want to marry. Well, they don't want to marry you. They might want to get married, but they have a specific type of person that they want to marry, and you just don't fit the bill. Just like short men who make less than 100,000 don't fit the bill for you. So you gotta accept that they have preferences too. That's all I'm saying. And that's just what it is. You don't want a man that's under 6 feet tall. You don't want a man making less than 100,000. You don't want him looking like this or looking like that. You want a Tupac in a suit, but if you can't find that, that's nobody else's problem. There are still other men out here who will be available, but you are probably not what they want, because you already have kids. Men have said this over and over. They don't want a woman with kids. So don't call them sassy, because they don't want that. That's their preference. Just like you don't want them to call you a certain name for wanting a man that's 6 feet tall and 6 figures. Like, because that's not a lot of men. But it is what it is. It all boils down to preference. And if your preference is not, if you can't get your preference, you'd rather just be single the rest of your life. And so far a lot of them are saying yeah, but then they getting mad. That lady called Kendra a stupid ass B because she didn't like she didn't even like what she was hearing. She couldn't believe Kendra tried to tell her that you ain't gonna get a man who's making $1 million. You know, the closest place you gonna get to him is on that goddamn paper, on that a drawn up figure. That's the closest you gonna get to a man with $1 million who gonna want you. And she got mad and called Kendra out her name, honey. So that's why I get mad. You can't fathom that you can't have that in 2024 where women are manifesting these men. Yeah, it's a delusional state of mind. Comment says, I can feel sorry because it's 70-year-olds still working because they want to. So what's your problem, shawty? Wait, I can't feel sorry because it's 70-year-olds still working because they want to. So what's your problem? Exactly. What's going on, Pharaoh? Shout out to you. Pharaoh coming through with the generous super chat. I appreciate you, Pharaoh. How you doing? Thank you once again, says Preach D. We love you. Thank you so much, Pharaoh. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for being here, brother. And hope all is well. How's everything going? Thank you once again for this generous super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just a delusional mindset, and hopefully we can see some type of light at the end of the tunnel. We can see some type of change or something shifting or something, because it's just really getting bad. It's really out of hand. It really is. And, you know, and a lot of women, once again, they like to call me and others pick me's and all this, but you know, it's all good. That's not a calling me a pick me is not a insult, because I'm already picked. Like, you know, I'm picked, and you know, if you want to get picked, you might want to take some notes and listen. You know, that's it. And if you don't, do your thing, live your life. You know, I don't know what you're doing, or I ain't in your business, whoever it is. I don't really care like that. Like, I'm just like, look, you could take that advice or you could leave it. Thank you once again, Pharaoh, for the generous super chat. I appreciate you, sir. You know, my thing is this: you take the information. I'm just giving my opinion, and a lot of women don't like my opinion because it's hitting home to them, because they don't want to do what's necessary to get what they say they want. And if you don't want to do it, that's on you, boo. You got to go and live with yourself and live with the choices that you make, just like everybody else. Everybody else make choices of how they want to live their life, what they want, what they don't want. You can make your choice. I don't control the choice that anybody make. I'm just giving my opinion. That's it. And you don't have to agree with it. You can agree with it. That's on you. But at the end of the day, if you choose a certain way that's not conducive to the things you say you want, and you're not getting the outcome, then it would make common good sense to change your behavior, change something about you. It's not all contingent upon the men having to make the changes, but you want a certain outcome for your life. And if you're living your life, then the choices you make has a direct effect on the outcomes that you have in your life, not a man's life who is not in your life, your life. You are responsible for the choices you make. So you got to change the choices that you're making, change your mentality to get a different outcome. That's that. I don't know why that's so hard to accept. You know, accountability should be something we all should be open to accepting, because you need to be accountable for yourself and your actions and the outcomes associated with it. And if you don't want to do that, that's on you. And you're going to continue to get the negative responses that you've been getting, because you're not changing anything. You can't sit around and wait for men to just change. They're bettering themselves, or they're working on themselves, and you don't work on yourself, and you think that that's going to work, because you know you're going to be no good for the man. If he's working on himself and building himself up, doing what he needs to do, and you just sit back thinking that you're the princess that you are, and you don't need to change anything, then you're not going to be any good for the men that you do say you want. So wouldn't you want to get yourself together, seeing as y'all want the best out of the best? You want the most, attractive men. You want the tall men. You want the financially stable men. So why don't you prepare yourself for those types of men? That means get in the gym. If you're overweight, lose some weight, because those men like fit women. Get your mentality right. Go to some therapy. Talk to somebody. Deal with your childhood trauma. Talk to your mothers and your grandmothers and figure out where they went wrong in teaching you the things that you've accustomed to of learning in a way that you're thinking. Go sort out some shit. Get some things together on your end. Get yourself together, and that way you can come to the man that you want in a much better package. And stop thinking that it's cool to go out and be 304s and it's okay and it's a rewarding thing, and it's not, because those men that you say you want, they're not going to want to take you seriously. They'll sleep with you, but they're not trying to wife you up and make you a priority in their lives. So if you don't want to give the man that you say you want what he wants, then baby, it's a wrap. There's nothing else. Nobody that's just prepared to be single and work till you can't work no more. Work can't to can't until you can't, and take care of yourself and just be happy with that. But I don't understand what the problem is. A lot of people aren't happy with their outcomes, but they're still blaming somebody as opposed to saying, you know what, let me get my shit together. Let me get my stuff together. Let me work on myself. That's it. Work on yourself. It's not rocket science. It's really not. But you got to want to do it. And if you don't want to do it, then that's on you. That's it. Picked versus passed around should be a no-brainer. Exactly. And what Danica say? Danica says, what she call them, the pass me's, right. Right. That's what they, so you getting passed around and calling somebody else picked when they already picked. It's the stupidest thing ever. But it's fine. They don't bother me, but I just think it's dumb on their parts. You getting passed around, nobody ever picked you ever in life. So, I mean, you feel good about that? I mean, come on. Wouldn't you want to be picked? I'm just saying, isn't that the goal for a lot of these women to get picked, and they having a hard time getting it? So, I mean, once again, hate the thing that you can't have. You ain't got it. It's got to be something wrong with it for other people. Thank you once again, Successful MD, for the super chat. Yeah, hate what you can't have. That's the mentality. You can't have it, then I'm just gonna hate on everybody else who already got it and make it seem like they're no better than I am. Which is crazy, but it's the reality in which we live in. And I get it. I get it. Like I say, I grew up seeing it. So I know the mentality. It don't surprise me. It don't overwhelm me. It don't shock me. It's not surprising. I know how a lot of these women think. All I just tell them, look, bless your heart. Keep working on yourself and get you together, and maybe you'll get a better outcome. Other than that, I don't, keep blaming people is not, and you could call all the pick me's out you want, baby. Them women been picked. That's not going to get you a man. How is that beneficial to you? If it's not beneficial to you, why? What's the significance? That's why I say you got to use those education, use those degrees to your advantage, honey. Use some logic, use some common sense. You don't need a degree for common sense, but if you got them, all that money you spend on it, use it. Use some logical thinking skills. Use some common sense to see where you're going wrong. That's it. And work on yourself. That's all. That's it. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Shout out to everybody who gave super chats and supports the channel and cash apps. I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so much for liking the live stream. Also, make sure you are watching the videos on the channel already. Make sure you hit the like button on those as well. And watch those videos as well and share them if you can. That definitely helps the channel out, you guys. Thank y'all so much once again for being here. I appreciate you guys. I'll try to come back tomorrow, y'all, if I'm feeling better. My head is pounding. I will be back tomorrow if I'm feeling better. If not, I'll probably be back the next day, or if not, just Friday for sure. Okay. But thank y'all so much for the support, you guys. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and get me some rest because my head is pounded. I don't know why. But thank y'all. Hit the like button on your way out. Share the stream if you can. Watch the videos, share them, hit that notification bell to be notified when I post new videos or go live. You guys, y'all know what it is. But thank y'all. I appreciate you guys so much. Shout out to everybody who's watching, everybody in the chat, everybody who supports. I appreciate you guys so much. All right. So that is it for this live stream. Y'all be safe and out in these streets. Y'all take care, and I will see you guys really soon. All right. See y'all later. Bye.